okay. I won't be speaking so fast, but if you don't understand anything, ask in Russian, because I told you that for psychoanalysis, it's very important speech. It's very important. Exact word that I use. Because there were many difficulties when Freud was translated from German into English and then into English, from English into Russian. There were some difficulties with his theory. For example, I will start finally to tell you about his structure of personality. And for example, if you will be reading this in English and in Russian, you will see some difference. Have you started already reading something by Freud? I told you last time, yeah, that it's better to start reading dreams interpretation, for example, something like that. Did you start? Okay, what way we will go? Because, for example, if I will be just speaking and telling you the theory, it will be a little bit boring, yeah? But maybe you already know some items of his theory. So we can choose, to be honest, two ways. For example, I will tell you, I will try to do it briefly, not so, you know, how I usually do it in other university. The whole semester I just explained only psychoanalysis. I will try to give you a short explanation of his theory of personality, because that is how our subject is calling, yeah? And we try to work with your dreams, and we try to see how his personality, his theory of personality reflects in your dreams. Or, understood, yeah? So, or another direction. You tell dreams, we try to interpret, and then I will tell you the theory of personality. So but in that case, you have to know at least something about psychoanalysis, that we should try to interpret this idea. So choose any direction. For me, it's okay, both okay. And according to Freud, in our dreams, we can see what we want, what we desire. Actually, we can see, as you told, yeah, the rest of our, I don't know, life. We have some experience. I don't know, during day, for example, we didn't eat ice cream, but really wanted, and it was forbidden. And when we go home and sleeping, we have this dream where we eat these dreams, yeah, ice cream, this ice cream in dreams. So that's kind of. We kind of do this wish come true, and this is one of idea of unconscious and dreams. But you see what's really interesting in that sense for Freud and his theory. So this you can look on this. You can look on this picture. Actually, this is from the book you should read during our classes. This, yeah. Can you see anything? No? So you should remember now this is so. You see, yeah. For example, now we know this concept, yeah. Unconscious. So, and for example, you were telling about your dreams, but you were telling but you were telling with words, yeah. So that was conscious. So usually the first topographical model, yeah, of Freud. So this is unconscious. This is a layer we have in our psychic, in our personality. That's how it first was looking his theory of personality. That was 20 years later after this. So unconscious we discovered with the help of hysteria, and he discovered with the help of dreams. For example, we can see that you have some internal conflicts in both of your dreams, yeah, and in these dreams, at yours, you didn't solve the problem. You just saw how it was in real life, and it was reflected in your dreams exactly as it was in life. So you didn't solve a problem. In that sense, it's exactly what you told. It's like reflection of a real life event, but the problem was not solved. And in your dream, the problem was solved because this small child was killed. Yeah, so it was like a victim. If you, for example, would share with your own dream where you told us, I had a dream where I had a family, it's like about wish, yeah? So maybe somewhere deep inside of your unconscious, you already feel ready to have a family, and that means you had this dream, so nothing secret there. So I understood this idea. It's a three different way of seeing this unconscious, but in some things it's kind of indirect way, but in another sense, it's it's another language. So we have to understand this language. For example, if I speak foreign language and it's not my native, you should understand also, yeah, this language. If it's not your native, we have to interpret. We have to do interpretation. So in that sense, we have unconscious, we have preconscious, and we have conscious. Yeah. So you have heard these words, yes? And this is like, it is called a topographical model of Sigmund Freud. So it's like layers of our internal world, yeah? Let's say it's like that. But about unconscious, we can't know directly, so we can't understand, yeah? For example, what we exactly wish, not always. So it's not always so easy, for example, as with your dream that you didn't tell, but we imagined that you told these dreams. And in your dream, it's not, so in that sense, it's very direct. I want to have a family, and in this dream I have family. Or for example, when small child, they don't kind of have some sweet things because their parents forbid them during night. They have all these dreams about this sweet things they're eating, yeah. And it's usual story when they wake up and come to you and tell, oh, I had ice cream. Oh, I had a really cool toy in my dream. Yeah, my parents bought me. So it's like wishes. Yeah, that there is in this unconscious. But this is direct way, not always so direct. We can get the information from our unconscious. So unconscious, it's something that's full of wishes, desires, instincts. I don't know what else. What else? What do you know about unconscious? How do you understand this concept? What else is there in this layer of our internal world? Unconscious. That's something I don't know about. What is there? Yes. Perceptions, but perceptions that was repressed. So you see, this part of our psychic, you understand, conscious, yeah? So that means I'm very attentive, I understand words, and I have knowledge, and blah, blah, blah. So for example, this, I perceive something, and I have this information, but if I don't like it, and if it has some contradiction, yeah, with my ideas, like for example, you told, yeah, I don't believe in Freud theory, so it's like contradiction, yeah, that you believe in different, you say, I believe in different things, but you exactly got right direction in interpretation of this dream, yeah, if even you don't believe, but you use it. So maybe I can do a proposal that you don't like this idea, and if you don't like this idea, you may repress it. So it goes somewhere here, repress. From conscious, it goes to preconscious, and it goes here to unconscious. Understand? Actually, it goes here. Preconscious, it's the way how it goes back here. Do you understand? Yeah, because it's very important. If you understand this thing, it will be easier for you to understand other theories in psychology of personality, because they somehow connected with these things. So everything, for example, in my conscious, it's like consciously. So you understand this word. I understand, I look, I hear, I remember, and all these things. But something I don't like, and I repress these things, and it goes to my unconscious. Yeah, and.
Вот у меня вопрос. Вот с детства обычно люди создают шаблоны идеальных людей. То есть, если ты мальчик, ты видишь свою маму, и по 18 годам ты уже знаешь, что с такой женщиной, которая похожа на твою маму, ты будешь счастлив. А возможно ли такое изменить? Вот, к примеру, если мальчика мать стерпа, когда он вырастает, он будет людей любить, но как-то будет заинтересован в сердце.
Yes, of course, yes. This is the idea of psychodynamic therapy and psychoanalysis. For example, the example you give, yeah? This boy has in his experience, so in his conscious, he accepts the image of his mother, and if she is like a, I don't know, very cruel, bad person, let's call it as bad person, I don't know how to call it. So, and so he see these things, yeah, and mother, it's for both. Mother is for both. It's for boys and for girls. For boy and for girl, it's the important object. So mother for all of us, it's very important person. And for example, how it works. So if I understand. So you see, I just accept all this experience, and accepting of this experience of this cruel lady, let's call it like that, yeah, you repress, yeah, so it's not like you consider, oh, I like these women because they exactly look like my mother, they have the same features, and that is why I fall in love. So usually it doesn't work like that, yeah. If you know that if it works like that, that's not a problem. That means I exactly understand what I do, and that is not unconscious. But usually that's true. It is unconscious thing, and I make this choice unconsciously. So do you understand? And the first, according to this theory, it's a good question exactly for this theory. If, for example, I discover these things in your unconscious, that all your choices you do in your life, when you pick up such ladies like your mother and you are unhappy with these choices, they kind of bring you a lot of problems. And if, for example, in psychotherapy, in psychoanalytic direction of psychotherapy, or in psychoanalysis, if I, for example, with you discover this problem, so if you yourself understand that you are choosing exactly the copy of your mom and you don't like it, your kind of this energy, so these things from unconscious, it goes there to conscious. You will understand, and if you understand these things, it doesn't influence you. Did you get it? So the things, so only things we don't know, they influence on us, because the things we know, we can control them. So did you get? But usually it's different way, to be honest, how to achieve these things. For example, in psychoanalysis, it's typical Freud's patients, and there is a famous clinical case he was describing when he had a patient, I forgot his name, it was Russian patient, he was not able to get married. And because, he had some problem with his mother. And Freud, he is describing how he solved this problem with this patient. So after that, he was able to get married. So it's usual. Did I answer your question? You got it or not?
Осознаю то, что стерва — это плохая женщина.
Yes, so if you make something visible, it doesn't influence on you. Yeah, okay, no problem. Yes, it's more interesting, yeah, so, yes, ask.
Форест Гамп. Там девушка, ее подруга, с детства у этой девушки у него не было матери, отец был сволочь. Прям детально не буду рассказывать. Но он и избивал ее, и все в этом духе. Она вырастает, и каждый мужчина по-своему сволочь. Один избивает, один изменяет, и она каждый раз выбирает именно таких мужчин. Да.
Yes.
То есть сознательно
No, she doesn't understand. That's the thing. When she understands that it's really she make this choice the same like previous, then she stop doing this choice. If she doesn't want, sometimes it's sometimes people really they do such choices because they want to have such cruel husband, because other way it will be boring for them. So it's like, you see, it's a really good example for this theory, because we have three layers, of this structure of our internal world, of our psychic. So unconscious, preconscious, and conscious. Everything we percept and everything we don't like, we repressed. So we are repressing, and it goes here to unconscious. For example, if she has, I don't remember this movie actually, to be honest, but of course, I don't know. So if she had this cruel father, he was violent with her, So he was violent with her. And psychic, according to Freud, it's very, it's like energy. So we have this psychic energy that he later called as libido. So it is called libido. So, for example, if her father was really cruel with her, and for a small child, it's really. So he's not, or she is not able to have a deal, with these heavy emotions. So do you understand this? Heavy emotions, it can be here. So if I, for example, I can feel that I'm scared, I'm afraid, I have anxiety or anger, and I understand these things and accept. It's okay that it doesn't influence on me. But for small child, it's very difficult to have a deal with such negative experience. It's traumatic experience. Freud first described this thing. And this child, what he does or she does, he forgets or she forgets. So it's usual story. If you, for example, try to remember something about your childhood, I'm absolutely sure you don't remember everything. So very rare when people, have all these memories about, my childhood. Very rare. That means not so much a traumatic experience, but according to Freud, everyone has this trauma in the childhood. So that was his opening of trauma. So that is how psychoanalysis is working. So, and if we consider this example, so this lady, when she was small, she was not able to have a deal with this negative experience. It's very, so the father, so the person who you love, and it's supposed to be good for you, So it's supposed to be, very caring, something like that, because it's parental figure. But she had different experience. He was really negative. He punished her, and she was really in pain. But because she is not adult and she can't understand many things, for example, like other adult people understand, she was suppressing these negative emotions. And when she was suppressing these things, they goes from here. They goes here to unconscious, and then she doesn't remember these things. If even she remember, so these heavy emotions, it's they are suppressed in her unconscious. So do you get this idea? And then if it is in my unconscious, I don't understand these things. I pick up and I choose men that will be exactly looking or behaving like my father, until it's like an energy. You see, it's a libido anyway. And all these things, the concept of psychic by Freud, it's an energetic complex. And it's like energy. So each time I look for the same situation, because this energy from my unconscious, it has to be free. and if it's free, my symptom disappear. So in that case, if, for example, third man, she would get married and he will be, I don't know, cruel, and finally she understands, oh my God, this is the kind of third person I'm getting married, but he's like exactly like my father. And maybe she remembered all these things, then next choices she will do different way. Only if this traumatic experience, if this suppressed, repressed feelings from her unconscious goes back to this scene. Did I answer on your question? Did you get it? Because last time, remember, I was telling you the example about hysteria. It's exactly the same way, but not so obvious. Because you see, with such things, when, for example, like, I don't know, like this movie, yeah, you are talking about when this lady was choosing man's like father, yeah, cruel and maybe, I don't know, with addiction. It's usual story with my patients. I will tell you a little bit later. But with hysteria, it's like not so obvious. But anyway, if you remember this this clinical case that Freud was described about Anna O, when she had these symptoms. Remember, she was not able to talk. She had some other symptoms, many symptoms. I actually don't remember. But when she was talking to Dr. Breuer every day, and he was doing hypnosis to her, so all these repressed memories from her unconscious, they became here to conscious, and then some of symptoms disappeared because she understood that some of her symptoms she had because she was really unhappy with her father in terms that he was ill, sick. She had to care about him and all these things. Yeah. So did you get it? It's really important. It's a good question. Yeah. It's about this theory. Do you have another questions? So is it clear? Yeah. So there is a conscious, there is unconscious, and there is a preconscious. So this thing, for example, we are talking about right now, it's about unconscious and conscious, of course. Yeah, but what is this thing like preconscious? What is that preconscious? Yeah, it's something that here in between. But for example, now, how do you think? What is that preconscious? What is that? So you already understand, yeah, what is unconscious and what is conscious. To which part of you now I'm addressing this question? To conscious or unconscious or preconscious when I'm asking? Do you understand? Conscious, yeah, but I'm sure absolutely that to some people it's unconscious. I'm just joking. Okay, so did you got this idea? So what is that preconscious then? What is that? Preconscious, it's something that between, yeah? What is that?
When we have these memories, but not thinking about them right now.
Yes. And for example, if I ask you something, do you remember your graduating day from the school? So can you describe it? So you will describe it. You can describe it right now, your day.
No, I do not.
Okay, what you remember. So so in this preconscious thing, you can easily achieve something, but not so easily. Don't think that it's so easily. It's not always like that. So if we remember these examples of dreams, remember, yeah? So these dreams, they were constructed with the help of unconscious. But they got to our conscious not in direct way, yeah, as we understood. Because it was like scripted, yeah. So, and we have to be like interpreter. We have to interpretate, yeah, this the thing that goes from here to here. Not everything can have access to here, because something we can't understand about our life. We don't want to accept, yeah. And for example, with your symbol of snake, it's exactly how this thing is working. So to get here as a symbol of snake, it didn't get here directly with the symbol of this lady who was your teacher, yeah? So it was kind of зашифровано, encrypted. It was encrypted. It was encrypted, yeah, by By whom? You have to guess by which part is usually works like encryptor. Preconscious, yeah. It was. It's not unconscious, preconscious. In Freud work that called interpretation of dreams, interpretation. I don't remember exact translation. So preconscious was called as censor. So, for example, it's like a guard who stands. For example, I'm a guardian. I stand here in this room. And let's imagine that this room is unconscious, and something is happening here, yeah? So you're telling something, some processes, I don't know. But I'm guardian, and I'm telling you, okay, who wants to share with your knowledge outside in the world? Who will be sharing with your knowledge outside in the world?
Preconscious.
Yeah, I'm preconscious, yeah. So no, I mean, it's not like I'm asking you, do you want to go to outside and share with your knowledge that we or something that we have here, share with our experience that we have here, there in real want? Do anyone want? Does anyone want from you? No? You. Okay, let's go. No, so do you understand how it works? So it's like I'm a censor, I'm like a guard. So you will get to conscious, you will get. Because I'm letting you go, because you thought, okay, so I it's metaphoric. So you understand? Because this is like unconscious, and for example, you tell, I want to share this knowledge with world. I'm telling, okay, I'm a guardian, yeah. I'm telling, okay, let's go. But if, for example, I consider you as really, I don't know. So a person, for example, I trust, I'm telling you, okay, share exact this knowledge in this world exactly like you got it here. You don't need any encrypted. So go and tell everything you got here. You understand? And that means no encrypted, no symbolic. So do you understand these things? So he goes there because I'm letting him go there, and no secrets. And he goes and tells, I had a dream where I want to have a family. So, for example, as we discussed before, because it was in your unconscious, yeah. Yes, it's like a guard, censor. Freud called it censor. It's like a guardian, yeah. But later he invented this term and he called it as preconscious. So preconscious, it's like a censor. So not everything can get here. Do you understand here these things? And for example, if we consider your dream where you told about having family, it's a direct way. So this preconscious, it came to preconscious already in direct way, so nothing secret. And here you're telling in conscious, I had a dream where I wanted to have a family, so nothing secret. But you, for example, you tell, I had a dream where some snake wanted to как это будет удушить? Kill. Sorry, I don't know this word, English word, when someone want to asphyxiate, yeah. Because your conscious maybe, so because you as a person, you as a human, your psychic doesn't allow you in such age when you were small to get this in direct way. So you didn't have dream when this angry teacher was trying to punish you, but you had these things in symbolic form, because preconscious, because I am as a guardian, I am as a censor, I don't let these things get here in direct way, but you need to free from this conflict because it's influence on you. It's a kind of negative experience and you're worrying about this, and that is why you have this dream. But it's not in direct way. So we have here snake. Okay, preconscious, kind of, for example, the same thing we kind of discuss here. I'm the guardian. You telling, okay, I want to go there. I'm telling you, okay, go as exactly as you are. But you, for example, telling me, I want to go. No, you won't go. You're dangerous. No, you won't go. And then you make yourself as a snake. And then I'm looking at you. Oh, it's snake. Go. Did you get this idea? And when it's like a snake, it exactly comes here, and that it is called conscious. So the Freud idea of psychic was looking at first like this. We had this three part of our internal world, as I told. Yeah, it's a topographical model of Freud. It is called preconscious, conscious, and unconscious. So unconscious, there are different desires, wishes, some suppressed and repressed feelings, emotions, experience, and all these things. Yeah. So preconscious, it's like a sensor, it's like a guardian who decides what can be here in conscious. And if I decide, oh no, I don't want that thing to be here, it goes back to unconscious. And conscious, it's okay, nothing kind of special there. You understand these things, yeah? Understand? Do you have questions about this part? Because the next one will be structure of personality finally. If you have some question, just ask right now because you need it. Mm-hmm.
Как мы вообще понимаем, что опасно для нашего сознания, что нет? В плане, мы же как-то должны осознавать то, что опасно. Вот вы сказали, например, то, что сон о яме, да, не дает, говорить о том, что это опасно, типа, дать им нельзя, наше сознание. И подсознание в сознание.
Yes, I got it. It varies, you know, from person to person. For example, if the same dream had you, for example, maybe it didn't have the same symbol. So maybe he's conscious allowed to do what in that sense that my teacher is angry. Okay, no problem. She's angry and okay. Usually these things goes from your family education, and that's what Freud called as Oedipal complex, yeah, Oedipal complex. I'm not sure. Yes, it sounds in English the same thing. So, for example, if you were raised in the family where you have very, I don't know, strict rules, values that, for example, you don't have to be a bad person, you have to be always polite, and you have to always ask, you have to always agree to what people, for example, ask you, yeah? So just imagine such family, and when you have this in your external world, it's your reality, yeah, and then you think, okay, so I have to follow these rules, I have to be like that, yeah, and if something that contradicts with these values, that since you won't go to your conscious, but it varies. It varies from one person to another. So I can't tell exactly, because for you it can be like that, for them it can be different way, because in your dreams, yeah. So we had another example. It's another example, another symbolic, yeah, example. Not in direct way. You wanted to escape from this influence of your parents, yeah, but you can't escape directly. You should kind of bring your child, yeah, part of you as a victim, yeah, to kill it, and then you can become adult. Mm-hmm.
А можно ли это unconscious, conscious, unconscious сравнить именно с желаниями? И preconscious это то, что выбирать. Вот сейчас. Мое unconscious может говорить, я хочу летать, да, один говорит, я хочу летать, другой говорит, я хочу пить. Если preconscious позволит тому желанию, которое хочет летать, пойти на conscious, я могу отсюда спрыгнуть.
Да. Yes, yes, that's a thing. Yes, that's a thing. You see, because Freud called. You asked really good questions. How do you know this? Не упадет вот эта штука у нас. So it's like principles, yeah, of pleasure. Have you heard it? and another principle of reality. Have you heard about this? So that's thing you are asking about. For example, small child. They, if they imagine that, oh, I have this wish, I want to fly, and why we should be so careful with small child? Because if they have such dreams, such wish, they may do it directly. So they don't understand. For example, here it's like what floor? Third floor, yeah. And if I, for example, jump, I will die. So you understand these things? Only now, for example, I'm already adult and I was taught, oh, it will be really painful, or even I will die. Of course, if I have this desire to fly, I won't jump from the third floor because it's dangerous. I can die. But according to your questions, it's really cool, yeah, because we are born with this idea that we want all our wishes come true, and we are small. Exactly, it happens like that. Because if you have some nephews, I don't know, cousins or siblings, do you have small children? So you understand, you understand, yeah, how it works. If they want to eat, you feed them. If they kind of, I don't know, cold, you do everything for them. So when you are small and we are small, so this principle of pleasure, it's the main one. So everything kind of we want, everything is happening, everything. But of course we are kind of growing up, and there is a reality. So you can't behave exactly like you're behaving in, I don't know, at the age of 5, yeah, or at the age of 3, I don't know. So even small children, they are changing. For example, when they start walking, usually parents, they are more careful, yeah, they are more attentive, because these small people can enjoy many things, not only themselves, but they can make some, I don't know, make some fire, some disaster, yeah, at home if the children are small. And in that sense, at first parents, they forbid. So the first thing when I'm kind of, when I'm born, and when I was born, and when I am appeared in this world, there is this principle of pleasure that is here in unconscious. I want everything was okay. I want everything. I want all my wishes came true. I want to eat. I'm hungry, and many wishes. Sexual desires, by the way, by Freud, main thing he was discovered. Yeah, it was sexual desires, the same thing. But I'm getting older a little bit, yeah, and my parents are forbid. Yeah, so they forbid me. For example, at the age of 7 years, I already can't dress like, for example, I'm 2, yeah. If you remember, maybe before, I remember sometimes small children, when they're small, parents are all of them not to wear clothes, yeah. For example, if small children want to run outside, they ask sometimes, oh, I don't want to wear my t-shirt. Okay, go. But for example, when they 5, 7, and they ask the same thing, I won't go outside without my t-shirt. Oh no, it's not already good. So you understand these things, it's like reality. And when we are growing up, we have a deal with this reality. And actually these two principles, reality and pleasure, when they goes together, it's like life. So it's like a tension, it's like a conflict, but these things Freud call life. So we're alive, we live our life with these things. Did you get it?
Получается, этот конфликт между смыслом pleasure and reality, он происходит в Preconscious, да?
So actually, I don't know how to tell, because it's happening. No, it's actually happening here. here, but this sins, it here, but because this sins doesn't understand. For unconscious, it doesn't matter. Instincts, desires, wishes, no. But this sins makes more trouble. Actually, your question goes us to this structure of personality, because it was not enough. You're right in that sense. When Freud was explaining these sins, it was not enough. These three sins that we have in our internal world, and he described and he added these sins: ego and superego. So he adds into this theory. But I suppose this part maybe we will do after break. How do you feel? Do you want to have a break?